Hi, I'm Josie Wright Callender, the author of the Happy Little Garbage Truck picture book and educational program. Today, we are talking about positive mindset, and there's 6 traits that Courtney Ackerman listed in her article, which I'll include in the description box below, of ways that you can improve your positive mindset. And this is the third of the 6 qualities: resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from a negative situation or circumstance. And we've all had experiences that were negative, but how does a person with a positive mindset respond to those situations? Well, we as parents and adults really do have to model it, and we have a number of situations that occur that give us the fodder ground, the fodder to feed this type of quality. And say like COVID-19, for instance, we were planning. My family was planning the first time ever reunion of cousins, first, second cousins in Texas. Well, COVID-19 happened, and that trip was canceled. And we also had a plan to have a family reunion on Memorial Day, and that trip couldn't take place either. But a group of my family members thought of, hey, why don't we visit on Zoom? And so Zoom has become like our default family uh, get together, uh, technological device, and it kind of fit into our need to see each other and to have some good conversations. And so, I've not been a Zoom or, for that matter, a YouTube user in the past, but it also provided me with an opportunity to begin using YouTube as a way to talk about some of these things to parents, to share some of my insights as a teacher of special ed, which has gone through a lot of different um, changes in the years, because I started as a classroom teacher and then became a program specialist. So these experiences that I'm sharing through YouTube is a way of making good use of my experience. And because of the quarantine, it became apparent to me that, I needed to do this because I wanted to support parents during this time. And we are looking forward to school beginning in the fall. However, during the summer, I thought some of these wonderful traits and qualities can be things that we think about and reflect on to prepare our children for coming back to school. So resilience, let me get back to that. Resilience has a lot to do with the AQ, or the adversity quotient, because Paul Stolz developed this quotient to measure how resilient a person is in life's the different problems that come up in life. And it's our goal to develop a type of resiliency in our children. And there's an article that I'm including in the description box of an individual who was writing this for children in India. So we know that it's around the world, people are trying to build their child's resiliency, because it's just incredibly important, and especially for a child with autism who may have challenging behaviors. And so one thing that I thought about was, when negative things happen, you can use any of these opportunities to show your child how to have a positive mindset in meeting these challenges. So, for instance, I was thinking of strategy. Is usually, Paul Stolz did say also that you have a strategy with a reward. So say that your child has a behavior that you're trying to work on, and it usually is, say, like if a scheduled activity doesn't happen. In our classroom, we had like a fun day activity that was scheduled outside, and it rained. So what we did for our adversity quotient building is we were all disappointed that it rained, and we knew that a lot of the children are, you know, keeping a regular schedule is the thing that we do with children who have autism. But what we did instead of going outside to play is we showed them we could play inside and have fun as well. So we just took that situation, did volleyball with a balloon. Everybody had to sit on their bottoms, and we put a piece of yarn across the room with hooked onto two chairs, and children on both sides of the yarn would bounce the balloon over to the other group on the other side. And so it actually forced me to think of a lot of rainy day activities so that we can have something positive to look forward to as a strategy to take care of those things that we couldn't control. So there's always going to be something you cannot control. That's part of life. So developing resiliency within yourself shows your child how to handle those things that happen to them. So we're going to be working on, I'm going to be working on this today too, is to look at each situation as something that, um, I can overcome. How can I overcome? Let's find a strategy and use our minds to find an option so that we can actually go through the day with a positive mindset. Negatives are okay. They're bound to happen, but it's what we do with the negatives that makes the difference. So thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow. And tomorrow is gratitude. So we'll see you then. Bye-bye.